All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't done the show yet. So let's. How's everybody doing? I hope you're awake. This is really interesting because we've had, I think, of recent, quite a few demonstrations and concerts on the EY series. And the EY consists of the fanfare, the journey, the Concord, some of you might have that, the Inspirer, and the Rialto. But they're all fundamentally a virtual orchestra. Okay, what's a virtual orchestra? A virtual orchestra is the new technology for duplicating the authentic sound of an instrument. Besides that, giving you a more memory so that the arrangements that you're doing is a lot longer so that you can be more of the authentic way. What I'm going to do, just to kick things off, I'm going to show a feature as I'm playing, and then I'll explain what it is. And for a change, I'm going to do a polka. Believe it or not, me playing a polka. So here we go. So. No, thank you, thank you. That was one of those songs, and if you notice, I actually did something strange at the beginning. I had on what was called the Fake It button, and what I had is I had the introduction played from the Fake It button. The Fake It button itself is a way of, and what you do is you would hold one of the black notes down, but you got to remember that you got to let the computer know what chord you're going to start the song. So if the song is C, you make sure ahead of time that you've given the C program into the lower left hand, and then you can start the song with just the Fake It button doing it. I'm going to show a lot more of that. What the whole class is going to be about today is I'm going to get into what I call setups and the basic general presets, and then also category presets and how we can blend that in with with our orchestras. Now, almost every one of the instruments, the fanfare, the journey, the inspirer, you have a series of presets or what we call setups in front of you. You should know what each one of those do so that you can utilize those with playing with the orchestras. Also, if you touch one of them, these are already preset from the factory. Now, if you've got an older series, the SU, the A series, these presets will be different than when you have the EY series. So if you have the EY series, these will be slightly different than what you have on the A series. So you've got to listen to those. So if I touch number 1, this is going to give me a piano. Wow, that's loud. Number 2 is going to give me a Spanish guitar. Number 3 is going to give me a nice organ sound. Number 4 is going to give me what I like, the beautiful strings. Number 5 gives me the chorus or singing. Number 6 is our jazz organ. Number 7 is what we call an electronic guitar or amplified electric guitar. And the last one is actually a big for fanfare. So those are the ones that are set up in front. Know what they are, and so you can use them. For example, I'm going to come back over here to, let's see, which one? The Spanish guitar. I'm going to go to the Spanish guitar. I like that sound, so I would like to use it with a, let's say at this point, let's say if I wanted to use that, I'm not going to use my style setup button. I'm just going to use this. I'm going to come over here to the Latin, and I think I'm going to go to the Latin, and let's see, which one do I want to use here? I got choices. I've got 3 choices in my performer. I've got guitar, piano, or full band. Let's see which one I want. Oh, I can go, let's do the piano one and see how that sounds, okay? So I'm going to use that one. That's pretty nice. I like that one, okay? So now remember, I am not using style setup. I am using the setup buttons, not the style, because what I want this guitar that I'm going to play, the Spanish guitar. And I like that. Now, if you're going to play guitar on the instrument, I would suggest you learn at least a couple of extra notes when you play, which means don't use the harmony button. For example, if I'm going to play a C chord, I'm going to play the guitar. Now, to make it really sound like a guitar, I am going to play the C chord, but you don't play it like a piano, which is like this. You play it like this. You kind of strum from left to right. You got the idea? You see? So I can play a song like I'm going to do, and I'm going to strum the guitar. So it's from left to right. You can play it with 2 extra notes, like if you know the G chord, you don't play it like this. You play it strumming it from left to right. And now you're really sounding like a guitar because the guitar player is strumming it. So here's how it sounds when, listen to how I strum the guitar. Isn't that cool that way? Isn't that cool? Now, if I played it like people play it, they go. Doesn't sound too good that way, see? So you got it, but don't use harmony because the harmony plays it all together. You can't, so you don't use harmony. So here's a song, my favorite song. Watch what happens and listen to how I'm strumming the guitar to make that sound just like a Spanish guitar. You notice how you play the guitar is, again, strumming. Now, a lot of if you're going to play the electric guitar, they don't do that as much. But the Spanish guitar and any of the regular guitars, folk guitars, you want to strum a couple of notes to get it, but don't use harmony, because harmony already is putting in too many notes for you. So I hope you like that. That's a good feature, and you should practice that. You can practice it with one note, and then when you see where the chord is, you can add the extra notes, because if it's a C chord, if you play G, you can add C and E. If it's an F chord, and whatever note you're on, if it's F, A, C, you can strum by putting the C and the F in. So you can practice that. See? And you want the faster you do it, the much nicer it will be. See? So practice that. That's a little good feature, and that'll be on any of them, the fanfare, the Inspire, the Rialto. But I hear people play guitar, and it really doesn't sound like a guitar because they're playing it like a piano or an organ. All right, I'm going to switch over to another feature here, and I'm going to go over to category presets. This is quite interesting. Category presets are the same thing. I'm not using style setup. I'm going to come over here to the country one that's on here, and it says here says here I got Floyd Kramer, I've got country guitar, and I got jazz guitar. Now I'm going to put that all with the rhythm that I have up here, and let's see what it sounds like. I like that, but I like it a little faster. That's called rinky-tink country music, okay? So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to put in this guitar over here. Oh, and there's also one other feature you can put on this, which is really, really cool. Again, remember this. If you've got something called Petal Magic. Petal Magic is over to the left. Petal Magic means if you touch it, it will play. You can do long and short. You can add close harmony with it. But I'm going to come over here and move it over to what it says glide and sustain. Glide and sustain. Because when I play a note, by me touching a pedal, now I can do it with my foot, but I don't know about you, but I have trouble with this. So if I put this on, it's called glide. So when I play, I can add what the guitar does, put that in there. So let's have some fun with this. This is one of my favorite songs. Oh, it's still too slow. We got to get it up a little faster for me. I just can't help it. Here's a good one for bacon. fun, isn't it? You notice how hard I had to work on that song when you put the fake it button on. The fake it means just hold a note down, change the chord, and it's going to do things that take years and years and years to learn how to play. Do we have any, let me turn it back over to the audience because I've covered quite a few things already. I've covered setups, category presets, the glide, and the fake it. So I know we must have some people saying, I don't understand. So anybody out there? Anybody out there?
Unmute. Mercedes. Yes. A couple of questions, Joe. What do you call that when you're holding one note down to create that fake it sound? What are you creating there? What do they call that sound that you're making?
Well, the sound is coming from whatever instrument that I have already been playing regularly on the keyboard. So I have maybe a guitar here. So when I put fake it on, I'm going to hold any of the black notes. And when what instrument, first of all, what instrument do you have?
I'm sorry?
What is your instrument?
My instrument is a fanfare.
Oh, the fanfare. Okay.
Yes.
So if you hold one down, you can get the fake it going in, but you can hold any black notes, whatever instrument you have. For example, if I come over here to trombone and I had fake it, it's going to do the trombone. Whatever instrument you've had in the upper keyboard will be able to do the fake it for you. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what's the other question?
The other question had to do with when you were playing those glide notes, you said you used the pedals.
Right.
Now, I don't have Petal Magic.
Right.
I create that sound,
so you don't have Petal Magic, right? So you have to use your foot to the left.
Okay.
Right.
To the left.
That's the good feature of, let's say, the Journey and the Concorde and a few of them. You can add that glide into the pedals, which is, I know, for many, it took a lot of years for me to really practice way back when. But really it is, what you want to do, I'll give you a little hint. If you're going to use the expression pedal to the right or left, put some weight on your heel. Don't wear shoes that you can't slide. I mean, if you wear leather, Joni does a good job of showing us all the time because she has these strange shoes she does it with all the time. She's got 200 pairs. She says she's got them all labeled, too. She's got them all labeled, boxes all over. She looks like I don't know what you call it. She told a story one time where she was overseas and she had to ship all these shoes. Was that you that said? That was Diane All that did that. Okay, so she had the one where she had to pay a fortune to get all her shoes. So anyways, don't wear the shoes that you could slide a little bit. Or, don't play barefoot. So when you move to the left, you hear it slide?
Yeah.
So that's using the glide to the left. And there's ways that we've showed that many people say hit the glide and the note at the same time. Some people say put the slide in first and then let it go. Some say coordinate hitting the note at the same time with the glide. So I don't know. Whatever is comfortable for you and the way you can learn it. But don't do this. You heard the note first and then you heard the glide. That's not what you want. You want to have the glide note is a lower tone to the regular note. You hear that in there? There. You hear that? That's what you want to hear. So if you want to hold it in, then release it. That's how you should practice that. And you should practice it. I teach this way. Watch this. I'm going to hit C, and I'm going to hold the glide in, and then release it. I'm going to take and hit D. See how I'm practicing it? I'm using my foot. So you're going to practice so that you get accustomed to that. If you don't have the Petal Magic or a way of programming into your pedals. The pedals is really the easiest way to do the glide. Yeah, it really is. Okay?
Joe?
Yes.
Joe.
I have a Rialto. It does have Petal Magic. Now, I've never used it. I didn't even know it was there.
It's there in your window. You could go to it and you could program it.
So I pressed the Petal Magic. Now, can I Does it go on any pedal down below that I touch?
Anything you want, your little heart desired. You can play any one you want.
I see. Okay.
Isn't that cool? It doesn't matter. So you can make a mistake. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, the note you're playing is the one that will be glide. It doesn't come from your pedals. All it is adding the glide. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Really use that. Hawaiian music is great. You should write down what instruments that is used for. It's used for trombone, guitar, violin even, but any of the type of guitars. And am I skipping an instrument? Clarinet. Those are the most common, and Hawaiian guitar especially. So those are the instruments that you want to utilize the glide. Okay? You got another? Sue, how are you, Sue?
Good. Does using the Petal Magic, you don't have to you ever use the foot pedal thing where the glide and sustain is? I don't know if I'm saying it right. I can do with Petal Magic what
Yes.
I do with my foot
Right.
on that pedal, so I don't ever have to use that. I can't reach it. That's why.
You don't have to use the foot switch if you got Petal Magic on.
Okay. Good.
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 Oh yeah, that's the secret. That's the key.
Okay.
We're trying understand, and again, everybody I think knows that because all of you I think have been with Fletcher's a long time, and I know some of you only bought one organ, whatever you have bought. But what it is, each of the features that are above the model you have, they add features because you really these innovative things that were added, like Petal Magic, wasn't really by an engineer thinking of it. It was people who went and wrote letters and said to our engineers, said, you know what, I wish there was another way of doing the glide. And they said, okay, let's think of something else. It's like the music rack. The music rack has, some of them have an extender to it, which brings it closer. The Journey is really, I wish almost all of the other instruments, they're not building them anymore, but I wish all the instruments would have a music rack that covers the whole instrument, because how many of you run out of music or you got music? What was it, the one lady that we had, we had a concert and she had a 5-page song and she put the one song over here in the corner, the second page, third page, fourth page, and the 5th page was over here. It was the funniest thing to look because she didn't have room. If she'd have had the Journey, she would have had all 5 pages on top. I hope she's not in the listening to me today. She'll probably shoot me on my next class. But anyway, she did it that way by hiding one piece of the music here, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 over here in the corner. So the music rack is really an unbelievable feature of the Journey because of the way it extends out. Really nice for music. I could put 4 different songs up here very easily. Okay, any other questions? I'm glad we've had some good ones. I hope these are features you guys are going to try to use and practice, okay? That's the main thing. That's the purpose of my workshop with you. Okay? All right. Let's go on to a couple other things. What I want to do next is I want to get more into what I call the category. The more category presets you have, the more beautiful sounds you have away from the orchestras, or what is called music styles. And I did this yesterday in a class. We went through and I showed everybody that we were trying to find some new sounds in category that I can blend in with my orchestra. And in this case here, let's see, I've got strings on, and in the strings I've got symphonic on in my category. So let's listen to some of those. Piano. Very nice in there. See, now there's a nice piano that I would use if I was playing a song. So let's do that. Now, it's not in my program here, but I'm going to put on a nice little, let's see, let's put on something really nice with a guitar, and I'm going to have piano. And I have the piano here. So there's my guitar background that I'm having. So I might do a song, maybe What I Did for Love. Oh, let's see, play child support, alimony, attorneys. I don't know, whatever else. But the song is called What I Did for Love. And it's very beautiful. Okay, listen to it. And the background. Now in the lower keyboard is strings. That's why this is so pretty. Now there's one other feature. When I play slow songs and I get to the end of it, I always like to put in golden harp, and you have a golden harp. So this is the final 8 measures of it, and I'm going to put in the beautiful golden harp. Again, you saw what I did. Thank you. I love that. You see how I build that up? I had just one from my symphony. I found the piano, and I put on my smooth, soft, and I found a nice little ballad. And from that piano, I had strings. And then for my finale, I put on the golden harp. And boy, if you've got the virtuoso, that also is good for the ending. This doesn't have the virtuoso. Virtuoso is a small little keyboard that you can slide your fingers over. Okay? Any questions on that? Those are some of the features of making a song go really, really well. Now another one, any other questions before I go on? I got to show this. This is probably the easiest one to record a song. So in this case here, I am going to put on, let's say, a little Latin beat here real quick. And we're going to do Spanish Eyes. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I just recorded that, okay? And I wait for the click, and I'm going to hit the word stop. And now I want to have it played. Come on, play. That's about as easy as you could for recording yourself. Really great. So I saw how easy it was to record. All I did is hit record, and I hit, then after I'm done, always remember, wait for the click. That means it's over. And then I just push play. Now, if I want to erase it, you told the two together, and then the two will you hold the 2 down and you hit OK, and now that song is gone. So that's about as easy. It has. I wish they would have that more on some of the other ones because they have to usually do a couple of combinations to get record. But this has the easiest one to record songs for you very quickly. Okay, how do you like that? That cool? How we doing on time? We doing all right?
Does that have it on the Inspire, Joe?
Yes, same way.
Okay.
Yeah, practice that. Practice that, okay? And then once you record, also practice deleting it. Don't, maybe play a couple of measures and then hear it. And that's how you learn, okay? It's very, very good. I like that. It's the best teaching tool, too, for lessons because I can put that on and have somebody hear themselves. And then, now remember, we're not saving this on a USB because there's not a USB here, okay? So remember that. I'm looking over here for you to put that on, okay? All right? Okay, so this is strictly just to internal recording for yourselves, and that's good. I like that. Okay, I'm going to end up with a feature and after announcements that we're going to have. But I'm going to try something really unique for a finale here. It hasn't been done before, so I'm always doing something crazy. Okay, so that's me always. All right. Any other questions that I have? So remember how beautiful that we have. We have category presets. Also, in some of you have a category preset that says more. And in more, which is what it is, gives you instruments that are in there. And again, if I were to take off my rhythm, I'm going to put more, take everything off here. And I got nostalgia. I'm going to select it. And then if I push number 1, number 2, and all of that, I've got all of these different features that are in there. So I have different categories. Now, I love that trumpet. That trumpet is really, see, once you find one of those are the ones you want to keep for yourself, okay? All right? So remember that. Now, one other thing I want to talk about for you is what we call the speaker system. And listen to this, okay? When I get to my setups, I'm going to come over here. Let's see. Let's find. Let's try another one. I want to get to one that's pretty nice here for us. Now that's number 7 in the A bank. That's a church sound. Now, what has happened to that? What they've done in the instrument is to get a church sound, there is what they call vibrotrem. In the old days, we called it Leslie, and they've slowed up the speed of that Leslie or the tremolo. And so that's what gives it that church sound. Phantom of the Opera. Now, if I want to change that sound, look for the tremolo and listen to what happens when I push it down to the fast speed. By me changing the speed, it changed the style of that organ sound. Slow is for your hymns, your gospel, any of your classical. When you speed up that sound, because I know people say, I don't use it, I don't like it. I speed it up. Blow it up. See, right away I went into a whole different type of music just by adjusting the speed of your vibro trem. Know where it is, and play with it, okay? So most of you have the very large ones. They're way over here on the journey. It's right in front of me right here, okay? That's the last thing I was going to show you. And but that is something I think people don't use at all. They just leave it. And they think, well, that I don't like that organ sound because it sounds too churchy. Just speed it up and you got a beautiful sound. Isn't that cool? All right, let me turn this over to guess who? Joni Monero. So we got to switch microphones here, not bodies, switch microphones.
All righty, we just have a few, not a few announcements. I only actually have one here. And that is tomorrow, Dawn is going to be doing her Valentine's concert. So that should be really fun and exciting. And I would encourage you to jump on the website, our website, FletcherMusic.com, and go to the schedule, and it will give you the site that you can click and then join Dawn for her concert, which I believe is at tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Other than that, we're good to go. Keep in touch. If you have questions about things that Joe did, by all means, go talk to your personal assistant and let them clarify things for you. Okay? I hope you had a great class, and I'm going to... Oh, Joe's going to do something real special. He is going to use the MP3, and he is plugged in from his phone, which I'll show you in just a second. And he's going to play along, which is something that everybody can do. So let me give the microphone back to Joe, and he'll take it from there. They can.
All right, what I did, and this is something you can do from your iPhone, if you get a connection, you plug it into your earphone jack. And then if you look for the stereo MP3 plug-in, plug it in there, and you can put all of your music that comes out of your iPhone into the instrument, and you've got the most unbelievable stereo. But what I'm doing here, I love this, because this is a special number by Michael Bublé. I'm hoping the sound is okay, because I'm going to play along with his big orchestra. Isn't this great? And he's going to be singing Save the Last Dance for Me. That's the introduction. I practiced almost 2 months trying to get that so I can do it. It's very rhythmic. So listen to the introduction. It is exactly like that. Woo! Here we go. Let's see. Hopefully, keep my fingers crossed. That is pretty cool. Very, very cool. Nice. So you can have some fun and play all of your favorite music by connecting your iPhone to your MP player. You could even do that through your computer. So I can play any song, listen to it, and I can kind of thumb along with it if I want to practice playing along with other people. I hope you all enjoyed this. This is kind of fun. I did some different things than we've done before with the EY series. And again, my pleasure. Joe Fontesha, and thanks to Joni and for Sean for all their help, and for Robert Roman for being so patient with all of us. So anyways, have a nice weekend, and I hope to see you on Zoom.
Happy
And
Valentine's.
again, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. My heart goes out to all of you.
Thanks, Valentine's.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all. You all look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Have a good day. Have a good afternoon, whatever.